It's the rainy season and the honey flow has ended, and that only means it's feeding time. Since the bees cannot go out as much to forage because of the constant rain, and even if they could, there are fewer nectar and pollen sources available. So, this season really demands that we, as beekeepers, step up and support our colonies. So the big question now is for especially for beginners is how do you feed the bees, how much and how often? First off, we feed bees with white sugar diluted in water, 1:1 ratio, or for example 1 cup sugar to 1 cup water. You do not need to boil it, just mix well and pour into their feeder. It's important to use white sugar, not brown sugar or muscovado, because brown sugar may cause digestive issues in bees and can lead to bee diarrhea. Also, the 1:1 ratio isn't strict, so if you're a few milliliters or over or under, that's totally fine. Just avoid making it too thick like syrup or too watery. Also, some beekeepers use high fructose corn syrup since it's cheaper than white sugar. Personally, I haven't had enough experience using it, so I cannot speak from first-hand experience, but I've read that bees generally respond more positively to sugar water compared to corn syrup. So if you're a beginner, I suggest starting with white sugar, and later on when you're more experienced and you can experiment, you can decide what works best for your bees and your budget. So how do I feed them? I place the sugar water inside the hive, not outside, to avoid rubbing and contamination. You can buy the feeders on Shopee or Lazada. It's readily available there. When feeding them, I like adding sticks or small twigs inside the feeder so the bees don't drown. It gives them something to stand on while they sip. The next question is, how much should you feed? Well, actually it depends. It really comes down to why you're feeding in the first place. Here are some common reasons. Number one, a sick colony. Let's say they have chalk brood or something else. Feeding helps give them the energy and resources to recover and clean up the hive. Usually, sick colonies have fewer foragers, so at least giving them the sugar mixture, they don't have to waste energy looking for more food. Number two, boosting the population or drawing out comb or making drones. These tasks burn a lot of calories. It's very food demanding. Even if they already have some nectar or honey, giving them a bit more sugar water can encourage the queen to lay more eggs. And it helps the workers draw out comb faster. Number three, surviving the rainy season. During long rainy days, they can't forage much, so feeding isn't about growth, it's just survival. But how do I actually decide when and how much to feed? Well, here's my personal way of checking if a colony needs it. Disclaimer, this is not a general, universal rule, just what works for me in my area. This is how I check if they need food during inspection. I start by checking the frame closest to the hive wall. This is usually where they store food. Ideally, this should have a mix of pollen and at least 30 to 40% honey. Next, as I move on to the brood frames, most of these should have food in the top corners and side margins, about 20 to 30% per frame. That setup is ideal because it gives the nurse bees quick access to nectar and pollen without leaving the brood area. Less travel means more efficient feeding and better brood care, especially on cold or rainy days when movement needs to be minimized. Now, if the brood frames have that 20 to 30% food plus at least one frame that's 50% full of nectar or honey, I usually don't feed. That's a healthy balance, enough food nearby, and the colony isn't overly stressed. But sometimes I'll find frames that are almost entirely brewed, like 90% brewed, barely any food in the margins, like this. It might seem concerning at first, but it's actually a good sign. It usually means the queen is laying strong and the colony is prioritizing growth. Here's what's happening. Instead of scattering small food patches across all brood frames, the bees consolidate their resources into one or two dedicated food frames. That clears more space for the queen to lay in a tight cluster, making it easier for the bees to regulate temperature and care for the larvae. It also reduces the need for the nurse bees to travel far because food is still nearby, just stored more efficiently. This concentrated setup supports rapid brood development and strong colony buildup. So in cases like that, I just make sure there's at least one frame that's 70 to 80% full of food somewhere close. As long as that's present, I don't feed. The colony has got it covered. The key is not just whether food is present, it's whether the amount of food makes sense for the amount of brood that needs support. Next is how much do I give if they do need feeding. If a colony doesn't meet at least 70% of the ideal food conditions I mentioned earlier, I'll start feeding, just enough to get by through the week. My baseline is 250 ml of sugar water for every 3 to 4 frames that are lacking food. That's enough to support them for a week. Again, this isn't a universal formula. It's just what worked for me and my bees in my area. Your bees might need more or less depending on your weather, forage sources, and how strong your colonies are. Over time, you'll get a feel for it too. Next is if the colony is sick or recovering. I feed them 50% more of what I usually do. For example, instead of 250 ml, I give 375 ml instead for every 3 to 4 frames. So why not give more, like double? Because overfeeding weak colonies makes them store syrup or the sugar mixture in the wrong places, like inside cells where the queen should be laying. And once that happens, brood production slows down, and that's the last thing we want to happen. Also, if they're already sick or struggling, you don't want to make them use up more energy than they can handle. When a colony is weak, it's better that the bees are gathered in a smaller space, focusing their energy on the most important and urgent tasks, like keeping the brood warm, feeding larvae, and cleaning out any diseased or dying brood before it spreads. These are critical for survival, and you don't want them scattered across the hive because it's safer to keep the cluster compact and focused rather than forcing them to multitask across too many frames. More syrup means more processing, more cells to clean, and more energy is used up. That's why I prefer to feed just enough, and if they still need help, I'll just add more on the next inspection. What if you want to boost population or draw comb? That task is very food demanding and requires more energy, so I adjust feeding accordingly. If the colony already has enough food stored, I give just 250 ml for every 4 frames. If they don't have food stored or not enough, I give double that amount, so 500 ml for 4 frames. And if your focus is brood rearing, you can consider adding pollen substitute too, especially when there's little natural pollen available. In case you didn't know, a pollen substitute is a protein-rich feed made to mimic natural pollen. There are pre-made ones available online. I know this could be confusing, so let me put it this way. Imagine your beehive is a company. The bees are your overworked employees. Their funding is your sugar syrup. Give them just enough and they'll keep things running slowly but surely. Give them more and suddenly they're hiring new staff, building new office spaces, and boosting production. I hope this weird little metaphor helped. So, how much you should feed really depends on your purpose. I'm lucky to have a good forage area where I don't need to feed often. Even during the rainy season, my bees can usually sustain themselves. But that's also because I'm not actively trying to boost production all year round. My mentor actually encourages me to boost production, and I totally get why. It's a smart move actually if you can manage it. But personally, I choose not to boost most of the time, not because I don't want to, but because I know I can't sustain that kind of growth just yet. More colonies means more expenses on equipment I don't have, and more time needed for weekly management, which is tough since I'm not a full-time beekeeper. By keeping my colony count controlled, I can manage each one more carefully. I don't have to rush through inspections, and I'm less likely to miss important issues like failing queens, pests, or brood problems. It keeps things more sustainable and less overwhelming. I only start boosting when honey season is just around the corner so they are ready for the honey season. But if you can handle the boost, go for it. There are great benefits like building up colony numbers ahead of the season or even selling splits, which can be pretty profitable. So whether or not to boost really comes down to your own goals, your setup, and what you're ready to handle. I honestly thought this topic wouldn't end up this long, but the more I talked about it, the more I realized how tricky it actually is to explain. Every colony is different and there's no perfect formula, but I'm pretty sure that over time you learn to read your bees, understand what they need, and adjust how and when to support them. If you've got more questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, and please don't forget to like and subscribe for more beekeeping tips. By the way, the next couple of clips will be some examples of how much I'm feeding them. So 3 frames. First frame is this. This is a new queen. So tanaw na to. No food, just brood. And check na to here. Na ay eggs. Lots of eggs. Very few food here. Almost none. Queen is there. Pollen gamay. Okay. So equivalent to no food. Next. This is all food. No brood. All food. All food. So solved na. From this alone, gibaw ko nga no need to feed. But if na pollen, this is also food. Food and food. So no feeding needed. That's brood. There's brood. If makita ninyo. So daghan na siya brood. Scattered pollen. There. Very little food sa sides. I have to empty this first. See? That's brood, brood, brood. There, may pollen sa taas.
Very little food. Brood. Let's break this. Lots of brood. Dili na niya makita, but there's a lot of brood. No food. Some pollen, but still a lot of brood. Oh, yep. So if from that, sa kanina ng tulodaan, kuwang din sa food. But if this is full, see, that's not so full, but good amount of pollen. For me, dili kaayo need, optional, maybe 100 ml. Maybe a bit of support. Not a priority. Since this one's quite full, so makover niya 1, 2, 3. Not that full. If I feed, I need to put another frame. Kay puno naman siya brood, puno na siya brood. Gani, puno na mag-food. So, sila mabutangan. So, mabutang ko. So, since I'm not in a hurry, maybe next week. That'll be okay. Not very hungry, but not full. Rita. No queens are there to find. So that's a good amount of pollen. I don't know if makita na ninyo. Okay. With that, kita na. It's a good amount of pollen. No honey, lots of pollen. This is good. Next. Still pollen. Lakas pa pollen. Food and pollen. So this is both still food. I think this is still food. Yep, still food and pollen. So food. Still food. Still food. I'm putting this here temporarily. Walang laman. It's empty. Okay, there's a lot of brood. You can see there's a lot of brood here. But I'm worried about the health of the queen. Oh, there she is. I'm a bit worried sa health ni queen kasi they've been, but this is empty though. Wala namang laman. Precaution. I saw one here. We'll just break that to avoid, you know, still empty. So it's fine. It's all brood. Food, brood. Okay, very good. Dakan kay langmok. Okay, next. I assume this is also brood. Yes, dagan niya pong itlog. So she's made. Yep, look at that. It's all brood. And hardly any, huh? There's food here, but mostly brood. It's good. Brood. She's making a lot of, what's this? Just break this. Oh no. Is it super secure? I'll just break this one. I'm sorry. Oops. There. Okay. This is food. Maramis lang food. So there is really no need to also food. Wait. Okay, wala. So maybe we'll put empty ones here. So basically, food. Brood. So all good. No need feeding. Because if puno ni siya, if one frame is full, it can sustain 2 to 3 of this. So all good. Getting letting them make na lang siguro, since they have lots of food. This is a drone comb. I'll just let them do this. And since dili man siya priority, I'll put it here. I don't want them to prioritize that work. So I'm putting it there and putting, this is empty. Okay. Para maitlogan ni Queen. Move it here, move it here, and put you here. Since the kato akong gilahi, ako to ihatag og line colony. Okay. No need. Okay, this one's a new queen. This is very, very empty. No food. Okay. A little. And the queen's there. $106. $106. So what I'm going to do, this has no food. One, dili na ko sila butangan pa og laing kuan. Di na ko sa butangan og laing frame kay they don't have enough brood. So, and they don't have enough food. So, 105. What I'm going to do is feed them. Pause. One is from feeder. This is 500 ml, I think. 500. Feeling mo 150-ish. So, putting sticks. Or dili lang sila malumos. Okay? So, sila malumos. This is 700 ml. Siguro ni. I think tanis siya sa 350 ml. Nabana ito na. 250 ml. I think. Maybe. I don't take more sticks. So, mapuno nila diri, mapuno. Next week, butangan og frame. Okay, not forget the dili ko magbutang og example is this. Naghan kay siya brood, but she has no food. See? Don't know where the queen is. Up there. No food. Walang laman. And walang konti lang. So, feed. This. I think none is like food. Konting food. Melon food. This is good for one frame lang. Yep. For me, para nako, one frame of food running. See, it's all brood. Brood. Okay, na patches of pollen. Okay. This is probably brood. Yep, full of brood. Brood. Yep, full of brood. So at this point, kung kanira tong food, it needs feeding. This was only good for this. See? Still brood. Brood, walang food. Brood, walang... Ay, hapit, kumasting. Pollen. Pollen, walang laman. This has no brood, but pollen. Okay. Woo! Pollen. Kita mo sa queen. Wala ko kita sa queen. Okay. So, it needs a bit of feeding. I didn't see the queen though. Where is she? Queenie. No eggs here. No eggs here. She might be here. No. Not here. Queenie, where are you? Oh, there she is. See, number 19. 19 flag is doing okay. Empty pa man. So, bakante man. So, pwede rin ako siya laugan. Okay. Okay. Actually, nabana rin na ako bitaw. So, nanagan ni food. Good for kanini siya. Sensirado man eh. So, maybe just 250. And of course, the stick. Don't want them drowning. Okay. Good. Kani. Enough na ni siya para ani. Na mostly sirado man. So, okay ra. So, makakuha pa siya. Na since kani, puno na itlog. So, muna 250. Kani, empty man eh. So, last specimen is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's full of food. This is very good food. This is 70 to 80%. Maka-feed na siya duha frames, 2.5 at least. Another food, good. So solved na. Food there, queens there. 110, 110, 110, 110. that's brown, and I want her to. So that's empty. I want her to do that there, but I don't think she's ready. 110. Almost. Hindi ko niya sining. Hindi siya masyadong galit. So you can see here na usually mo na makita. Food here, brood. Ba't kayo galit sa akin? So food, that's a lot of brood. So since it's empty, covered na niya eh. So no need to feed. Brood. Brood. Okay. Mix. It's food, brood. Other side. Mix. Lots of pollen. Brood. So at this point, there is no need to feed. Excuse me, girls. There. And lots of pollen. So at this point, posible nga mag-draw na sila. Tawa. So no feeding needed. No feeding needed.